Hi, everybody. This is Tracing Roots, Telling Tales Tuesdays, Genealogy with Donna, episode 46. And today we're going to talk about what will they say about us when we're gone. Becoming an ancestor worth remembering. You know, you think about legacy and you think about, what are you going to leave? What memories will people have of you? And the generations that exist now, in my case, all the way to great-grandchildren. Great-grandchildren that turned 6 this year, and one that turned 16. And what will they say? What will they remember? What do you remember about your grandparents? Did you have the opportunity of knowing any of your great-grandparents? That would be really cool. I do have those memories. I wished I'd had more time. I wished I'd asked questions, but, back then, you're young, you don't know. So how many generations may see us? We tend to think history is dusty old books and old photographs, but we are living the history right now. One day, someone will look at a faded picture, a social media post, or a scribbled note and try to figure out who we were. They won't know our whole story. They'll just leave just the pieces that we've left behind. The question isn't, will they talk about us? It's what clues will we leave them? Will there be people to tell our story? Will those people tell our story to the generations that they meet in the future? That would be interesting. I've tried very hard to impart the stories that I remember, remembrances, memories, and stories from my great-grandmother and my grandparents to my great-grandchildren, which they're so young, that's not going to really resonate with them. But my grandchildren I have told, and I have made memories with my grandchildren that make them want to have those same memories for their children. So they try and spend as much time with us as possible so that the times they had with us were good, and so they want their children to experience those good times also, which, that's kind of cool. Record your own voice and your memories. Photographs are wonderful, but voices are magic. I would love to hear my grandfather's voice again. I've lost it. There are times in my memory I think that I've got it back, but I know I don't. But I would love to hear his voice again. He's the one that I miss the most. So hearing the voice years later can stop someone in their tracks. And you don't need fancy equipment. You can do voice notes on your phone. You can do a quick video telling a story. One of the things that I'm hoping from the Ancestor series that I'm doing, I'm already at episode 46. Though they're probably only maybe 10 to 12, 16 minutes long when I'm explaining something, but they will have the voice. And that, I think, is something that they will appreciate, hoping that they will appreciate later on. And answering multiple questions. What was life like when I was young? And you don't have to tell everything. Just tell something. What stories you leave behind. Everyday moments matter more than milestones. Not just marriages and careers, but how you loved, how you laughed, how you handled the hard times and showed up. What kind of a person were you? Did you encourage people? Did you speak truth? Did you stay curious? Legacy isn't about impressiveness. It's about being real and being remembered. So legacy as an action, not a perfection. So let's be honest. Nobody needs a polished ancestor. Do those really exist? They need honesty, resilience, humor, and proof that life doesn't come with an instruction manual. Yeah, I just got a huge 13-quart air fryer. Thank you, Alex. I was replacing a 4-quart, and she gave me a 13-quart. It does too many things. She needs to come visit me so she can show me how to use it. That's what I'm thinking. So that's me not being polished, but that's who I am. Your legacy is built on small choices, how you treat people and what you stand up for and what you stand for, what people will remember about you. What you pass down, values, not things. Progress leaves a better trail than perfection ever could. So, real talk, someday you will be an ancestor. And chances are someone will be quietly grateful that you took the time to leave a piece of yourself behind. So think about that and think about what you want to do. You know, last year for my birthday, or was it year before last? It took me a whole year to fill it out. It was a question every day for 365 days. And I got to opt out of questions that either I didn't want to answer or I really didn't have an answer for. I hadn't experienced something like that. And, oh no, it was a question a week. That's what it was, 52 questions. And I finished it and I sent it to Alex, and she would have it bound up, and it would be a book that would, any generation could go through it and see what my answers were. I think that's a great legacy to leave behind. So they're not thinking about, well, I think she thought this. It's actually there in black and white what I did think about it. So that's something you can think about leaving as a gift for your grandchildren or great-grandchildren, maybe even your children, and the generations to come that we know nothing about. We can only imagine what that will be like. Anyway, you guys take care. Thanks, Deanna and Diane, for joining me. I hope you learned something. If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye.